Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 145. The first setup was submitted by Ewin. Not just any angled ceiling, he's got a freaking window in it. So I could see how that really makes it difficult to decide, where to put this desk, especially because he has a little crawl space to that left as well. So because of that, it's like he can't go to the far left, he can't go to the far right. What does he do? Well, probably choose another wall, but he seemed to think that this was the best wall. So again, I don't know what the rest of the room looks like, so I don't know if the right side would have worked, even better. We're seeing a huge lack in theme, which is something I talk about basically on every single submission. And yeah, I don't know what you would do to fix that. That's the problem. Maybe the right walls, you can kind of put a little bit of all over the place. We're seeing a few cables here, but I can kind of forgive, the one adapter thing right in the middle. That's pretty stupid. I think you could obviously put that on top of the computer and it would look a lot nicer. Really set yourself with a primary. I don't see one that's dead center. But I could see why you also wouldn't do that if you want your speakers to be in the spot that they're at. I just think it's like a okay setup. You know what I mean? Like there's no wow factor, but there's nothing that's like, yikes, you gotta clean that. So it's a really like middle line setup. Ewin scored a 66. The next setup was submitted by Jeff. Usability, man. I mean, I understand. It's hard when you have a big ass keyboard that needs to be placed on your desk and it's like, what do I do? And I think between usability and out of sight, out of mind, you lost some points that you shouldn't have. The left side there, I mean, you got DS, remotes, adapters, stuff like that. Gotta go, okay? Get yourself some storage, put it under the desk, put it to the other side. Why even have that right one? And then also with the main one, it's like, can you actually see anything? With the distance that you're at, sure, it's great to have depth that far back, but I don't really think that's overall gonna be the best monitor for music. Jeff scored a 64. The next setup was submitted by Florian. This is like one of those awkward family photos. You get the little brother to the far left all the way to the older brother on the right side with those monitors. Anybody agree? Really, it's like, little brother Timmy, little older brother Thomas, and then the oldest brother Tony, who beats kids up at lunch. Why is he to the far right? I don't know. I would assume someone would put that boom smack dab in the middle. Dab in the middle. I do think that the monitor situation needs to be fixed here. I think those two left displays, go to your Craigslist website for your local area, sell those, and then maybe get another matching one for the far right. And then if not, put the freaking far right one in the middle. Come on, dude. Florian scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Nico. I think he did a decent job. Now that poor laptop is just kind of like, help! Really though, what the hell, dude? Like, why even have it open for the photo? Can you just close it? And I would have been like, oh, he just puts it there because that's where he wants to put it. But when you have it open, it makes me think you actually try to use it like that. It is just super simple, bro. Just super simple. So I really would have liked to seen a little bit of a pizzazz and a little bit of a little bit of Nico scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Emil. Look at the usability right here. He's got a TV. Bam! Tilted down. Bam! I like it. Center display. Works really, really nicely. There's a lot of like random stuff though on the desk. I'd like to see that cleaned up. Clean off the wall completely, okay? And then get yourself a poster for the left, a poster for the right, and a little something above the monitor, the TV. Emil scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by David. He has probably a mental disorder that makes him cramp everything together. Cause what the hell is going on here? He's like, I have a huge desk, put it all together in the middle. He has so much room for his speakers and he's like behind the damn monitor. The walls, I mean, this is definitely like a cool, unique theme. Everything he has is great, but it could have been organized a little bit better. David scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Joel. Super clean, really, really like this. A little bit of all over the place. I think, yeah, like little thing would be, oh, bro, get some wire mold for the light. Little thing, not necessary. If you do it, great. Everything else though, I think like the shelf above is the definition of simplicity, yet hitting like, this is what I like, take a look, bam, bam, bam. I'm pretty sure, he said he's in an apartment. This is like all you can do. This is his spot. Like, He has no other place to put it. And look at what he does with the consoles and like all that stuff in that bottom section. Very smart idea. Hopefully the airflow is decent there. But I think that this setup is like just a great example of straight to the point, boom, bing, bomb, boom. Joel scored at 94. The next setup was submitted by Lewis. Now the problem here is he has no legs, so don't fear. That's why that's so terrible. And he actually said in an email, he's like, before you go and talk smack about the leg room, it's actually really roomy. I'm like, yeah, like, oh, let me just cut my legs off to use the damn setup. That cannot be roomy. Do not lie to me. Do I look stupid? Do I look stupid, bitch? I just think that the Calyx shelves aren't meant to be used in the way you use them. And if so, I'm gonna blow some people's mind here. Literally, all you have to do is rotate the shelves. I'm not even kidding here. Like, literally, that's all you need to do. We've seen some IKEA desks that have storage built in, and it's literally with the L piece having the storage bins. But I think like the actual tabletop you did a great job with. Not hating there, Mr. Lewis. Lewis scored 68. The final setup was submitted by Tony. He used to have this, okay? And then he watched your boy, Matty P, and guess what? He went from this to this. Whoa, bro, chill out. He obviously made a huge upgrade. If we go back to the first photo, he had like no desk space. It was like a very schnickel kind of desk. No space for that computer really. It was just really poop. You can see his desk is way better now. He's got that big ass Lemon tabletop, the Alex drawers, tons of storage, just a lot of room. The footrest is really nice. I like it. It's good. It works. Boom, bang, boom, bang. Like it. Space for the computer. Everything just seems to work well. Now, one of the problems that I had with the desktop itself is I do think there's a little bit too much miscellaneous items placed throughout the setup. If you get rid of those things, it will be cleaner. And at first glance, I think it will give it a little bit more of a wow factor. The poster placement isn't the best. So I think you can't have a center poster. That needs to come off. And you need to go for, I mean, they're all different sizes, so it's really hard. Maybe get measurements from like your monitor and to the top of the wall and to the door frame and to the right side of the wall. And then from there, or even like up until where the glass case starts, and then maybe map it out on your computer or on your like a piece of paper just to make sure that it actually, will fit nicely and stuff, because I think it's really messy and kind of draws away from how good the setup actually is. Tony scored an 88. Joel walked away with first place with a 94. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 145.